Hello guys, welcome back to TFD. We gotta break this down because this narrative keeps popping up, and honestly, it's getting ridiculous. Every time I scroll, I see WNBA players acting like they're suddenly outraged that Caitlin Clark only makes about 80 grand on her rookie contract while generating hundreds of millions of dollars in value for the league. Really? Now you care? Because let's be real, the same players and the same leadership who are crying foul today were the exact people who agreed to these rookie deals when they signed the last collective bargaining agreement. Let's not rewrite history. The WNBA pushed for more money for veteran players and willingly sacrificed rookie salaries to make that happen. It wasn't the owners, it wasn't the fans, it was the players' union that made that decision. So to now act like Caitlin Clark's paycheck is some huge injustice, that's not just hypocritical, it's dishonest. And let's be honest, if Caitlin Clark wasn't bringing in record ratings, selling out arenas, and drawing in sponsorships left and right, nobody would be having this conversation. The truth is, the system was built this way by design. Rookies were never supposed to make big money right out of the gate, but now that Caitlin Clark has broken the mold, the same people who helped shape the system want to pretend like they're on her side. Come on, man. Let's stop the faking. Let's stop the performative outrage. You can't play both sides, not when you helped write the rules. Okay, we gotta break this down because this keeps coming up and it's wild. We got Lexi Brown out here talking about the CBA negotiations, the league, and how things are structured, and then suddenly the conversation shifts to people saying how ashamed they are that Caitlin Clark is only making a small rookie salary. Like, stop it right there. Let's keep it real. Y'all were in that room when the deal got made. You knew exactly what you were signing. The WNBA negotiated more money for veterans by taking it directly from the rookie share. That's not a secret. Y'all literally said, forget them, give us the extra 100 grand on the max contracts, and that's exactly what happened. Now, to turn around and act like it's some huge tragedy that Caitlin Clark isn't making more, that's just fake outrage. You can't cry about a system you helped design. The truth is, everyone knew this setup favored veterans, until a rookie came along who's bigger than the league. So don't be surprised now. You made the deal, and now it's time to own it.
They do and don't deserve monetarily. Like, you need to be humble and you need to not ask for too much when you're the whole product.
Right.
So who gets all the money? The owner that brought me here to do all the work? What do you mean?
Right.
I don't deserve to have a piece of the pie when I'm the whole product,
Right.
not a little bit of it. The WNBA is the players. What is the WNBA going to be without? Where else are you putting the money
Right.
if you're not putting it into the players? It's
Yeah.
ridiculous to me.
It is. And we have a very complicated financial structure. Like, the NBA owns some, owners own some. Like, it's just all over the place. It is very mixy, unfortunately, but we've been begging the WNBA to be a little bit more transparent about that, and they just will not be, which, okay, that's their right. They have a business model that they want to make sure lasts long term, and we want to be able to get paid what we deserve long term as well. So there's going to have to be a happy medium. Another thing that we've really been focusing on is our traveling conditions. Like, I remember my first 3 years in the league, we were still flying commercial. We were sharing hotel rooms like we were in college, and that was just the norm. Like, that's just, that's what we expected when you had a dream of being the WNBA. You talk to other players, and they were very transparent about, okay, guys, like, this is not going to be like college. Like, you're back at the airports. You might have to share a room if you're a rookie. And, we were just all like, yeah, the W, like, it's our dream. Like, I don't care. Like, whatever. Like, I've always wanted to play WNBA. That wasn't negotiated in our CBA, the charter flights. Kathy kind of was just like, here, charter flights. So that's something that we also have to renegotiate in our CBA. Is, are we going to keep the charter flights? Yes, we are. Like, I'm not going back to the airports, but I don't care what anybody says. Like, when you find something beautiful and nice and fun, and you're like, oh, we were in the airports. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, Maya Moore and Diana Taurasi were in the airports. Are you kidding me? So the fact that we have the charter flights now is amazing, but it was something that was not negotiated. So that's something that we also have to negotiate. I don't know if any of you guys follow WNBA closely, but we had a lot of injuries this year. So another thing that we've been fighting for is expanded roster.
We gotta talk about this because people keep acting like they forgot how this all really went down. The owners have been putting in blood, sweat, and tears into this league. We're talking about losing $30 million a year just to keep things running. That's not pocket change. So yeah, they've earned a say in how this thing moves. Nobody's knocking that. But at the same time, let's be real. A lot of players haven't exactly been realistic either. When charter flights were being discussed, the Aces owner was already footing the bill for their team to fly private. Nobody said much then. But the moment Caitlin Clark showed up and started getting private travel accommodations because of the massive attention she brought to the league, suddenly everyone wanted to talk about fairness. Everybody started complaining, throwing shade like it was some huge injustice. Then boom, Caitlin Clark's impact hit different. The ratings exploded, the money flowed in, and like magic, like poof, now the WNBA has charter flights for everyone. Let's not twist the story. Caitlin Clark brought on the spotlight, the sponsors, and the financial justification to make it happen. That's just facts. Let's get to the part where she suddenly acts like she's concerned about how underpaid Caitlin Clark is on her rookie deal, when we all know she couldn't care less. It's honestly pathetic. Like, please, stop pretending.
That was dedicated to the men's teams playing in the tournament. And she took a huge risk doing that. She really did. And, you know, she has whatever she has going on. I don't know. You guys don't follow Sedona Prince. She's a little bit of trouble. But what she did at that moment would change the trajectory of women's sports, I feel like.
Oh, it was monumental.
Yeah.
It was monumental because women's athletes are just as important to their sport as male athletes are. That's why the percentage thing is important, because it's like, you guys do everything that they do. You wake up, you go to practice, you do, if not more, because I mean, they pay people to run their social media. Lexi's over here, I gotta get my picture.
I edit my own stuff. I gotta do my own content. I'm on calls with brands, creative calls, like everything. But it's something I'm passionate about. I really enjoy doing it. But again, like I said, not everybody has time to do that, wants to do that, like, and they shouldn't have to.
You don't have time. You're a professional athlete. My full-time job is doing that editing and stuff, and you still somehow find a way to be a professional athlete. Lexi, outside of travel and all of those things, is there anything else that has come up in CBA negotiations that people may not know about?
Two things. First thing is taking care of retired players. So right now there's no pensions, you don't get any health care, you don't anything. Like when you're done with the WNBA, like you're done. So we're really trying hard to find a way to take care of retired players, whether that's like with the NBA 10 plus years, any type of, you know, structure that we can at least start putting in place to take care of retired players is something that we've been talking about a lot, because I feel like in the last few years, a lot of former players have showed up for us in big ways that we've seen in the past. So, you know, finding a way to pay them back for, you know, them continuing to show up every single day, flying the commercial flights, playing in the, you know, not really that full arenas, practicing at rec centers next to the adult Zumba class. That happened to me, guys. I was in Connecticut.
Oh
it was practice, adult Zumba right next door.
I was like, that was way too specific to me.
That was a personal story of the divider in the gym. You have Zumba and then our WNBA practice right next door. But continuing to show up every day, you know, there's a way that we have to be able to take care of them long term. And then a personal thing for me is just the health benefits. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease 2 years ago. So, you know, having access to the best healthcare professionals, having really good health insurance as something that, you know, has always been important to me. Health insurance, you know, you're on your parents till what, you're 26. So you're like, okay, I'm just a baby. Yeah, you're coming up. It's coming, girl. But, you know, you don't really worry about things like that. And then you get hit with like a really hard thing and a chronic illness. And you're like, oh my gosh, like what would I have done if I didn't have health insurance? So that's something that I've really prioritized personally. But again, I'm not going to put my own things above the collective. But when they ask us like, oh, what are things that are important to you guys? Healthcare, you know, long-term retired players. That's something that has also really been important.
You are so humble talking about, I'm not going to put my thing over other. It's healthcare, Lexi. That ain't no small thing.
Yeah, right.
My favorite thing that has come out of the positive and the negative of this whole era of women's sports growing and the CBA negotiations and y'all demanding what you deserve is the sisterhood of it all. I think there's this false narrative. There's this false narrative that oh, they hate the new girls. They hate them. They're such haters. They're so jealous, blah, 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 blah. And to see the players standing up for those girls, and to see y'all saying, hey, I mean, you do realize that Paige and Angel and Caitlyn aren't getting paid what they deserve either. And the way that you guys all come together, even despite the media literally trying to pit you against each other for a storyline, could you just speak a little bit to that sisterhood that's happening behind the scenes? Because I do want to mention that, like, if there is going to be a lockout or something, there are people that are like, hold on, I'm sacrificing my salary too. I don't know if I'm feeling this. Right. How is that?
It's easy. Like you said, like there was just this really crazy narrative painted that we were just so jealous of this young group and they got all this money in college and they got all of this. Like, yes, they did. Oh well. Hey, we walk so they can run. They're running so this next group can sprint and fly and do whatever they want. So it's like you pay it forward. They're not getting paid what they deserve. We're not getting paid what we deserve. Them coming in has benefited all of us. Like literally the definition of everybody eats is going on right now. Like them bringing in all these new fans. Like it's not an individual sport. So someone's coming in to watch Paige. Someone's coming in to watch a Juju. Someone's coming to watch an Angel, a Caitlyn. There are 9 other women on the court that they are also watching as well. And if you do your job, if you show up, you're going to find yourself with some new fans. You're going to have a lot of eyeballs on you. And a lot of people have felt a way about the Indiana Fever getting all of those TV games. But the way that Fever season turned out, a lot of players that needed an opportunity got an enormous one this year. And they showed up and they showed out. And they probably will be on a WNBA roster for years to come when some of them were at home, wondering if they would ever get a chance to play in the WNBA again. So I'm not going to say that was directly linked to Caitlin Clark being on the Indiana Fever.
Man, I'm done with this. I'm absolutely done with this whole fake act that's been going on. Let's stop pretending. Because if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, half of y'all wouldn't even be getting talked about right now. Nobody would care about the WNBA at the level they do today if it wasn't for her impact. And yet some people still want to rewrite history like we didn't all see what really happened. Let's start with Lexi Brown. You said it yourself on your own podcast, there was hostility toward Caitlin Clark from the 2024 rookie class. You said that, not me. So why are we acting brand new now? Why are we pretending like everyone was welcoming and supportive? Come on. Caitlin Clark got targeted all season long, the most flagrantly fouled player in the league, hands down. And when her fans stood up for her, y'all called them racist, toxic, or clueless. That's the truth. It's all on record. And now suddenly, everyone wants to act like they care about how little rookies are getting paid? Stop the nonsense. You can't pretend to be outraged about rookie salaries when your own union leadership, led by Nneka Ogwumka, negotiated the current rookie pay scale. The rookies were supposed to make more. It was the veterans who pushed for a bigger slice, and the rookies took the hit. That's facts. So don't sit here now crying about Caitlin Clark's $80,000 contract when the players themselves designed it that way. Let's also be honest about the attendance. Nobody was showing up for Paige Bucher's level hype in college games. Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky? Empty seats until Caitlin Clark rolled into town. USC games with Juju Watkins? You could hear a pin drop in the arena. But the second Caitlin Clark showed up, tickets sold out, cameras followed, and arenas packed to capacity. That's not hate, that's reality. And here's the irony. Y'all used to roll your eyes when fans said, Caitlin Clark is the rising tide that lifts all boats. You laughed. You said it was a narrative. But now look, Ari McDonald went from sitting on her couch to making $250,000 in Unrivaled. Sophie Cunningham's doing national TV hits and sponsorship deals. You think that just happened out of nowhere? No, that's the Caitlin Clark effect. She elevated the game, brought visibility, brought sponsors, and made sure everybody eats. The same players who were hating now benefit from her success, every endorsement, every deal, every new fan. So stop the fake caring. Stop the performative outrage. Y'all weren't mad about the pay when it suited you, and now that the spotlight's on Caitlin, you want to rewrite the story. Sorry, we're not buying it. Caitlin Clark changed the game, and it's time people started giving her the credit she deserves. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think about this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.